day. People not stopping behind that line at the intersections, and the police were getting them for it. But I got a little story to tell you. Back when I was going to Andrew Jackson High School, I don't remember the name of the road, but I was on Pearl Street, and you cut across there to Tallulah, and cut through one of those little streets there, not the one next to the Skinner's Dairy, but there's another one just a little further down with houses in between. And I remember I was riding my buddy's 550 Honda, and I pulled up there and stopped behind the stop sign at the little stripe there. It's painted on the road. And you know, you look, you can't see if anything's coming because the trees and the houses and all in the way. So then I rolled on up to the corner, and I looked and seen a police officer on a motorcycle. He was coming through the intersection of Tallulah and Pearl. So I knew I'd already stopped, so I just rolled on out. Went down that little ways and turned to the left. Was going to come out down there by Joseph's Pizza, Main Street. Well, he decides to pull me over. Danny Griffith was his name. And said, "You know why I pulled you over?" I said, "I have no idea." He said, "You run that stop sign back there." I said, "No, sir, I didn't." He said, "I watched you." I said, "You couldn't have." I said, "I stopped at the stop sign, had both feet down, sitting still, parked." And I said, then when I'd stopped and I looked, and you couldn't see if anything was coming or not because the trees and the houses and all in the way. So I eased on up to the corner. I said, "I saw you coming through the intersection down there." And I said, then I just eased on out because I'd already stopped. The stop sign don't say stop twice. Of course, I wasn't smart aleck with him. I was nice. And I was just a kid. I think I was 17. I might have been 16. Anyway, he took me, he wrote me a ticket. So I took it to court. We got up there in front of the judge. And I think I had to plead no contest to be able to tell what had happened. And I told what had happened. And the judge asked him, said, "Is that what he told you and all?" And he said, "Yeah." And the judge said, "Well, I know exactly where Homer's talking about." He said, "I go through there all of the time." And he said that he's telling the truth. There's no way that you could tell whether he stopped or not. Because if he stopped behind the line there at the stop signs, there's no way you would know it because you couldn't see it. You would have been before the intersection. If he rolled up and you were running 30 mile an hour, there's no way that you would have known whether he stopped or not. So, case dismissed. Boom. I said, "Thank you, sir." He said, "You're welcome, buddy." Even though it was aggravating having to go and all, it paid off. I thank God for it. Well, I'm wheeling in here at Sonny's. Looks like everybody else had the same idea too. Let's go to Sonny's on